Well, hello again. In this segment, we're going to talk about running our shingles into our valley pan. And as you might notice here, as I put this shingle in place, that in this particular case, I'm going to end up with a very small triangular piece that needs to be fit in here. And I'm not sure that I want to contend with that. It's not able to, this small triangular piece is not going to be held in place here on the bottom. So what I'm going to do in this case is just shift my whole stagger pattern to the left. So instead of starting with a full shingle here, I'm going to start with approximately a half a shingle, and then my next shingle here would be a full one on top of that, maintaining our normal stagger pattern. So I'm simply going to come over here to my halfway point and mark a line just to the right of the tab and cut off this first shingle. Now, we've talked about this before, but it is good to be reminded that every time on the first course where I've got a water return channel coming past the drip edge, I need to cut just maybe a 1/16 of an inch or an 1/8 of an inch of this butt out. And notice here it comes to about the middle of this rain groove. I might just bump it up just a little at the end here in order to go over that return hem. I'll put this in place. Now I'm going to take my next panel that will extend into the valley. I'm just going to lay it just approximately where it goes. And I'm going to make a rough cut. Just to the left here of the center line of the valley. I want to make sure that I leave myself enough material to make my underturn hem that's going to lock into the valley. Again, I'm just putting this approximately in place where it goes, and I'm going to mark where the outside of the valley folds over the drip edge. Because again, I'm going to want to cut this entire butt out in order that any water under here is able to drain out. I'm going to go ahead and insert the side lock. I want to make sure that my butt is firmly engaged on the drip edge or the starter strip. Now I want to very accurately mark where this hem in the valley crosses the shingle. I'm going to draw a line that represents my 90-degree bend down. Now I want to draw two lines. The first is going to represent a taper. I'm going to go 5/8 of an inch here at the butt, and up at the top just 1/8 of an inch. So I'm going to taper it down to just about nothing. Then I'm going to make another line beyond that, 3/4 of an inch at the top and 3/4 of an inch at the bottom. That's going to represent my cut line. And the material that goes back into the hem of the valley. So this first one is a bend line, the second one is a bend line, and this last one is where I'm going to cut the material off. Again, the dimensions are 5/8 plus 3/4, 1/8 plus 3/4. I'm going to cut this off perpendicular basically to my bend line. And I'm just going to make some notches down here so that when I put the shingle in the brake, it's easier to align. Now this is where a portable brake really comes in handy. I'm going to begin with my outer fold first. I'm going to bend it, and I'm going to bend it back and forth maybe 4 or 5 times just to make sure that the steel has a good memory, because I'm going to flatten it back out, and I'm going to need to be able to curl it back under with my fingers. Okay. Now we go ahead and we flatten it out. Now I'm going to move into my inner cuts or marks. I'm going to bend the shingle up 90 degrees. Take it out of the brake. And now I should be able, with my hands, it's good to have a pair of gloves on when you're doing this. And you can see, doing this in the brake, you end up with a nice clean taper in the shingle. As we've mentioned before, it's always nice to have a wooden block in order to be able to tap the shingle over. And now we can see that the shingle is engaged well with the shingle to the left of it, and we can nail it in place. And you can see the taper as it goes up the valley, which produces a very aesthetically pleasing look. Now over here on this display, I just wanted to show you what a properly formed valley looks like with the individual shingles being tapered as they go up the valley. Again, a very nice, pleasing look.
Best Buy Metals is a nationwide distributor of KasselWood Steel Shingles, along with other premium metal shingles manufactured by Isaiah Industries. Specializing in superior customer support and service, Best Buy has a team ready to help you determine the ideal roofing solution for your project. With core values such as committed customer service, expert-level knowledge, and creativity, along with over 50 years of combined experience, Best Buy's team is the perfect partner to ensure your project goes smoothly. Contact Best Buy Metals today at 1-800-728-4010 or online at www.bestbuymetals.com.